Over in Broncos camp, Ian Rappaport reports that Jerry Jeudy's hamstring injury will cause him to miss several weeks is what they're expecting here, Jay. So a pretty significant injury again for the Broncos wide receiver corps that is just stockpiling these injuries.
Yeah, it's like the city of Denver did a deal with God to get the Nuggets and Avs titles at the expense of everything good around the Broncos. Just constant injuries, not just this year, but years past. Obviously, year from hell last year overall. But, I mean, at the moment we're looking at the great Marvin Mims Jr. now is going to be wide receiver 2 on this team. Researcher Blake Friedman, he had the call that Marvin Mims 24-1 to lead all rookies in receiving yards. I don't mind that. Even when Jeudy comes back, Judy's going to be in the slot a bit. I think Mims, I mean, is he in redraft leagues? Is he a late round flyer, or is there just not enough?
I think he's somebody you watch very closely on waivers because his ability to win down the field and the Russ of old, and if they could restore Russell Wilson, should be able to accurately push the ball down the field. But yeah, Jeudy being out for some time absolutely puts Mims in a role right away in this Broncos pass game.
So look, he is somebody. Keep in mind that about Marvin Mims, and we like the college tape. I know you and I talked about him on draft night. We like Marvin Mims' college tape, and more importantly, remember that at the time of the NFL draft, Sean Payton comes into this offense. He's got Cortland Sutton. He's got Jerry Jeudy. He's got Tim Patrick. He's got KJ Hamler. He's got Greg Dulcich. He's got all those guys in his passing game, and still used a second-round pick on Marvin Mims.
That says something.
And, that should tell you something about what Sean Payton feels about Marvin Mims. And now, obviously, Hamler's gone, Tim Patrick's gone, and Jerry Jeudy might miss multiple weeks now with his hamstring injury. And so now you're looking at a receiver set that is probably Cortland Sutton and Marvin Mims, and both guys are going way too late in drafts. If you look at sort of what they've done in the preseason, Cortland Sutton's been getting a lot of looks, even with Jerry Jeudy out there. And now Jeudy, with this hamstring injury, we will see how bad it is. He's scheduled for an MRI. But remember, this is a kid who missed 9 games in 2021. He missed weeks 2 through 7 there. He's never been a huge touchdown guy. For his career, 269 targets, only 9 touchdowns. That is crazy. He hasn't been a big scorer. I've been saying that I think Cortland Sutton is a value previously. Now his ADP is going to rise if we find out Judy's going to miss significant time. But I do think both Sutton and Marvin Mims need to move up draft boards, and they're certainly going to be moving up in my ranks.
Yeah, right now Cortland Sutton is going after Brandon Cooks, Odell Beckham, Treylon Burks. Like, I'd rather have Cortland Sutton than all of those guys. And I think coming into last year as well, we liked Sutton a bit more than Jeudy, and Jeudy had the better season ultimately. But I think there's still a lot of talent in Sutton and upside.
Yeah, he's a big-bodied guy who can win 50-50 balls. And so, again, this is sort of a very lazy comparison, but I don't think it's completely inaccurate. If you just think about how Russell Wilson targeted DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett in Seattle, like, Cortland Sutton's kind of the DK Metcalf role. And I'm not saying he's DK Metcalf because DK Metcalf is built differently than
just you and
most human beings. Like, just me and him. Like, really the only 2 guys on the planet. The 3 of us are really the only 3 guys that are built like that on the planet, the 3 Musketeers. We've walked into bars before and people don't know who's who.
Like, it's the big 3.
We've done those things where we, like DK has walked in to say hi to my wife, and she'll be like, "Hi, honey," and I'm like, "No, it's not me, honey. That's DK."
It's like Travolta and Cage in Face Off.
It pretty much is. It's a little Freaky Friday stuff there, 100%. I've definitely fooled my wife more than once when I've had DK walk into my house instead of me. But what I will say, if we can get back on track here, guys.
Trying.
Is that I do think that Cortland Sutton, in terms of a big-bodied red zone target for Russell Wilson, the way that DK Metcalf was. Again, he was completely broken last year. We're hoping for a bounce back from Russ. But again, in a very narrow target tree, even if Jeudy is healthy, the fact is they've lost Handler, they've lost Patrick, and they seem to be using Dulcich as more of like kind of this joker role. Like they've been using Adam Trotman on first and second downs and a lot of so
that's a whole other story, by the way.
It's a whole other story, and I mean, like, Trotman made my hate list. Dulcich made my hate list. Dulcich is going as tight end 11 on Yahoo, which is like mind-boggling to me. Like, watch the preseason. Like, they ain't using this kid. Like, I get it. He had a moment or 2 last year. But anyway, don't get me started on Greg Dulcich, other than just to say ignore him.
We'll let that one go.
Thank you. I think they'll lean on the running backs more, and you'll see P. Ryan and Javonte Williams. But Cortland Sutton and Marvin Mims, both values in drafts at the moment.
Our last bit of wide receiver injury news. This from Adam Schefter reporting Commanders wide receiver Terry McLaurin, dealing with a toe injury, is uncertain for the regular season opener against the Cardinals. Sorry for the be the bearer of bad news there, Barry.
It's upsetting, but luckily Sam Howell can pass to himself.
That's true.
That's the brilliance of Sam Howell. That's the kind of stuff he can do. Look, Jahan Dotson, who's currently going, I think, too late in drafts, had 5 of 7 targets against the Ravens when McLaurin came out. So they play Arizona week 1. So if McLaurin were to miss, Dotson's an easy top 20 play, probably top 15 against Arizona if McLaurin is out. Doesn't sound serious. The fact that maybe he misses the Arizona game, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be significant time. So the fact that the Arizona game is still in play week 1, feels like. But yeah, certainly you want to, temper expectations a little bit on Terry McLaurin. I'm at wide receiver 22. I think the gap between him and Dotson is too significant, candidly. You know what I mean? I think Dotson at Price, who's going, way later, he's going as like wide receiver 39 over at ESPN. Like that's too far of a gap.
Agreed.
I think. So anyway, so we'll see on Terry McLaurin. You could see Curtis Samuel step up as well. Maybe some Diami Brown. Maybe Sam Howell's old teammate Diami Brown gets a little bit of love.
Wow, what a rebirth of that connection we would have.
I'm just
been
saying.
waiting for it.
They were phenomenal.
Listen, you've got Gibson as well, and we'll see about Logan Thomas or maybe Cole Turner, both the tight ends, if they get involved there. Small last thing, one small transaction. We don't have a whole discussion about it, but just I thought that was interesting. The Browns traded Josh Dobbs to the Arizona Cardinals, as long as we're speaking about the Cardinals in week 1, and that's who might be facing the Commanders in that opening week game. As Colt McCoy, some of the reports out of camp aren't great. We don't know when Kyler Murray's coming back. So I interviewed Josh Dobbs a number of years ago at the NFLPA premiere. One of my favorite interviews over 7 years that I've ever had. Just absolutely love the kid on a personal level. I'm excited to him. He's sort of bounced around. I never feel like he's gotten a really fair shot, whether it's Tennessee, Pittsburgh. He's bounced around a little bit. So I'm hoping for Josh Dobbs to get some run here in Arizona.
Yep, Mike Vrabel liked him enough to start him in a do-or-die game against the Jags over Malik Willis.
I think he might have a degree in space engineering.
He does.
Yes.
I have to tell, I'm telling you, when I interviewed,
no way.
No, but I am telling you, when I interviewed him, I'm just like, you're awesome. Bright, gregarious, engaging. I'm just like, whenever you're done with football, that's a guy that can do almost anything he wants to do. He is. Anyway, I'm a big fan of Josh Dobbs, and I'm rooting for him in Arizona. Interesting kind of move there.
Yep.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and RotoWorld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from RotoWorld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.